With our first question, and what I'd like to do is give each panelist an opportunity to react to the stereotypes that we highlighted in our video and to this topic in general. And I'll start all the way down on the end with Jonathan.
Excellent, love being first. As I was preparing for this morning, all of us did our research and read a lot of different articles, and the one thing that struck me is that millennials are always characterized as optimistic. And while that can serve us well, and it can also sometimes come off as incredibly annoying to our peers, sometimes even our own millennials. But I think it's important that every generation, we understand that every generation displays unique generalized traits and specialized traits, and that it's not about just looking at those, it's about how we manage to those and we exploit those to benefit our workplaces.
I would agree with Jonathan's comments, and in doing a lot of research for today, I was Googling frustrations with millennials, and continually what came up were very stereotypical situations, as we saw in the video, a lot of generalizations, and I think that that's something that us as a demographic are working to combat, and that's something that we continue to have conversations around. So again, it's breaking through those stereotypes, and I think that's what we're here to do today.
I was actually going to introduce myself as the boomer because I didn't think you'd be able to figure it out. But thank you for doing so. I've actually tried to move aside many times, and I can't seem to rest. But when you look at the video, the thing that I thought it was hilarious, number one, but two, I think it's a little unfair on the millennials. I do. I think some of the best ideas we ever received in our business came from our newest and youngest people. And the biggest challenge we always had was those that were more tenured didn't really want those ideas. What they wanted to do was take our newest and youngest and mold them into what they were. And so we spent a lot of time at companies that I've been with training our more tenured people on how to work with our newest and youngest.
Thank you. I think we have to take a look at just what Steve said and the integration that we're able to do in our organizations of institutional knowledge with what people are bringing that have grown up in a different era and bringing a lot of knowledge with regards to technology, other things that are so useful to us. I also think from the video, when we take a look at the numbers, we really call the Gen X generation, where we have 80 million boomers, 78 million millennials, and then we have the middle, and they call it the middle child, and there's only 46 million of them. And they're at that place in their career where they're seeing this influx coming in, and they're seeing what's on top, and they're kind of sandwiched in the middle. And so keeping that part of our discussion today, I think will be useful.
It's tough going last. I would agree with everything my colleagues have shared. I guess when I look at it, the hard part about today's conversation is we spend so much time at Wellmark not focusing on age and labeling people, but truly understanding people as individuals. So when I watch the video, while it's funny, the first thing I think of is, I'm excited, everybody wants to contribute. And it's really figuring out how do we make sure that everybody contribute at where their most potential is and get away from the actual number, because it is just a number.
Deborah, one of the things that I wanted to ask you is, I wonder if you could highlight for us a little bit about what it is in this current dynamic that has changed and is leading to these complexities and some of these frustrations that are being felt.
Well, we've got so many things going on, and if we think about generations, they're shaped more by the society and the times in which they grew up, because those are the values and things that they learned as they grow up, and that's what they bring to you. And so we can assess more about the boomers than we actually can about the millennials. But we think of technology, of course. We think of the access that millennials have had, both geographically, that perhaps a boomer generation didn't have that same kind of access. those societal influences make a huge difference in terms of what people are looking for, what they expect their lives to look like.